Hey, Don, how was your week this week?
Yeah, it was really fast. I mean, here we are. It's Friday again,
Mhm.
and I can't believe that the week went by so quickly. I went to this wine dinner on Wednesday night, a wine tasting dinner.
Oh, very cool. How was it?
It was really nice. The restaurant used to be a print shop, so in different corners of the place, it had like old printing equipment, right? So your table's here, and an old typewriter is on your table, or something like that. So yeah,
Okay, so the typewriter was on it.
yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
that's an interesting concept. Um,
Yeah, yeah, and it wasn't that expensive. Yeah. So,
cool. So, what do you guys think is going to be the topic today?
yeah, everybody, the word it, right? And we're going to talk about it
Mhm.
um, in a minute. But first thing we want to do, I think, is to talk about um, the difference between it and its.
Mhm.
And right, there are two types of its, aren't there?
Yeah, and where to put that annoying little apostrophe?
Right, right, right. So, yeah, so the first it's without the apostrophe is what?
So, ITS with
Right?
no apostrophe is going to be our possessive or whatever it is owning, right?
Yes,
So,
yes,
like saying, um, the restaurant's food is good. Its food is good.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And the other it's with the apostrophe. And you can see these popping up on the screen as we talk about them, right? Right.
Yeah. So
So,
it apostrophe s. It is.
right. It is always short for it is. There is no other use for it's with the apostrophe, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be sunny today.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And
It's
then
going to rain here all weekend, so no pretty sun and clear skies. So
so it's not gonna be a fun weekend.
well, it'll be indoors. I'll survive it. It's okay. It's okay. So all right.
It is
Um,
okay.
and yes, and then there's a final it's
Mhm.
where check out the spelling below. The apostrophe comes at the end, right? And
Mhm.
that's a plural. It's a plural possessive. Um, you
That
don't
one
see
you
it.
won't,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you won't see it very often. You're probably gonna see it is it apostrophe s the most,
Mhm.
but that its apostrophe not very common.
Right, right. So let's get back to the original, the simple it, IT. Um, I always look at it as sort of a substitute subject
Right.
or a placeholder for the subject.
But we need to have that subject as something we previously know.
Right.
So if I just say it was fun without any context, what's it?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
What was fun? You
Yeah.
know, how was the
So
party? It was fun, right? Yeah.
yeah. And you can also use it all in the same sentence. So like you could say, my brother's bar mitzvah was yesterday and it was fun.
Hmm.
Right. So we know there like we're talking about the bar mitzvah.
Hmm.
Right. So it
Yes.
can be like if I ask you a question, you answer with it. We could also put it in that same question because it sounds like a little choppy to say, I went to the bar mitzvah. The bar mitzvah was fun. We don't need to do that. We can just say
Hmm.
it after.
Right. Right. But there does come a point when you're writing about a subject where you want to name the subject again, and it's a funny. Now this is a bit more of a writing exercise, and we don't do a lot of that on these videos, but um, there comes a point, and I think the point, well, it is a little different
Mm.
for each teacher, where the teacher will tell you, okay, you need to reintroduce the subject because you've been writing about all kinds of things relating to the party or the bar mitzvah or the movie or the trip, and you want to reintroduce it again. And
So
it's
yeah,
you know,
where it can be confusing.
right.
So usually I could say it's safe to put it as the subject if it's coming after in the same word,
Mhm.
or sorry, the same sentence.
Mhm.
But yeah, if we're having multiple sentences and then you just say it,
Yes.
we're like, okay, which it?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you might even say that, I don't know, if you're talking about a movie, let's say, so you start off your paragraph with the movie was interesting, a few sentences that start with it or have the word it in them, and then maybe the last sentence of your paragraph that's sort of concluding, where you say, I'm really glad I went, you might say, I'm really glad I went to see the movie, as opposed to saying, I'm really glad I went to see it.
Right. So there's, if there's some time where you have multiple sentences, you want to come back to that subject again and use the name of the subject rather than it.
Right.
So.
And then there's all kinds of just casual expressions that will use the word it in, where we'll say, how's it going?
Yeah.
Right. It's sort of a substitute for saying, how are you?
Yeah. And I think I said this one earlier, it's going to be hot today.
Yes.
We can assume that's the weather.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right.
So,
Well,
maybe
yeah.
you guys can go back to the beginning of this video and watch it again,
Mhm.
and you can find those way we used it in that first initial conversation we had.
Exactly. Exactly. And at the end of this, you'll see a slide, a sort of closing page that will remind you of the spelling of the four it's. So,
All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Kirsten.
Bye-bye.
Bye.